Kia ora tato and welcome all. I'm Angee Shand, he's Nick Jeffrey, and we're coming to you again for edition 4 of this year's 2020 ILT Southland Sports Awards from the lovely Ascot Park Hotel. Of course, this year it's a wee bit different. Normally we'd be in person. This year we're doing it virtually, but it makes no difference. Their performances have been outstanding, and we have another great edition for you tonight, don't we, Nick?
Sure do. A real special one, actually, because tonight we've got the Vodafone Junior Sportsperson of the Year. Now, this particular category is always one of the most highly sought after, the hardest fought and the most highly subscribed, and this year is certainly no different. We've got 8 wonderful young talents who have done some incredible things over the course of the past 12 months. I'm certainly looking forward to showcasing them. But what I will do before we get to that point is step in. We're going slightly off script here because often there is a little bit of subterfuge that is involved with these awards, particularly when it comes to our Sport Southland Services to Sport Awards. And it gives me great pleasure to announce, I'm sorry, hang with me, Angee, that our final recipient for 2020 is Angee Shand.
No way.
Yes, we've got a stalwart of Southern netball who we need to recognise. Don't hate me for this, don't hate me. Angee, of course, began as a player with the St Mary's Club in 2000, quickly made her mark with 2 Player of the Year titles in the space of 3 years. No, she didn't write that herself. She progressed through the grades, eventually settling in the All-Stars team that she currently plays for and manages. But it's off the court where Angee's made her greatest contributions. A club captain from 2013 to 2018, honoured with life memberships in 2013. Angee's organisational abilities were recognised with her work with the Southland's Lois Muir team, the Southland A team, the Southern Steel and the New Zealand men's team. Always willing to help out where required. She's been a stats caller for Sky Sport for most Southern Steel and Silver Fern games held in Invercargill. At a governance level, Angee served on the Southland Men's and Mixed Committee, a key player in the successful hosting of the Men's National Championships here in Invercargill in 2017. And of course she currently serves on the Netball South Board and spent several years on the New Zealand Men's Board, a highlight of which of course was her role in supporting the men's team as they took on the Silver Ferns in that historic televised matches in 2019. So now that she's had enough time to compose herself, Angee, congratulations.
I am discombobulated. Composed is gone, it's out the window. I can't believe you've done this.
Well,
we wrote scripts together. Nick.
So you're surprised?
I'm very surprised.
Tell us about it though. I mean, it is very cool though to have it recognised. We are doing it.
Okay, on you go.
We can re-go. Do you want to re-go? We can re-go.
No, let's go. Let's go, do it.
So tell us about this. I mean, this is pretty cool.
It's very cool. This is an amazing privilege to actually be a recipient for once rather than actually be giving them out, which I love to do. It's one of my favourite parts of the show. So this is so lovely.
It does mean you're getting on if you get one of these awards though, doesn't it? You've been involved for a while.
Yeah. No, look, netball's been in the blood. I'm going to make it really easy on you, Nick. I love the sport, I love the camaraderie, I love everything about it. But men's netball's kind of my thing. And that's because I do like to, you know, have a little bit of an aspect that's a little bit unusual probably, and just bringing in that other gender has been fantastic. So you've got to see sport as a whole, don't you? And that's what we're doing. So massive strides within that over the past 20-something years. That doesn't age me. That now we're getting recognised, and Netball New Zealand have really stepped up and are doing great work. So it's pretty satisfying just to be a part of that, and actually to be a part of that is achievement enough. I don't need you to surprise me like you've horribly done on a Thursday evening when I was just minding my own business and doing a job.
that I reckon, like as a sports follower, parking everything up, that men's series against the Silver Ferns, which I must admit going into, I was unsure about how that would play. But I think for both the Silver Ferns, you know, leading into World Champs, but also for the men's game, you couldn't have had a better showcase for the sport of netball, full stop, right? I
absolutely agree. Netball was the complete winner from that series. So again, that was Netball New Zealand driven. It was actually our southern kind of component down here who, you know, our fans down here who drove that as well. Yeah. It was an amazing historic feat, and it was just incredible to be a part of that. And I had to dust off the manager boots because I had actually retired effectively, but what an honour to be a part of that. Those guys were incredible. The Silver Ferns were so gracious. And I hate to say this because it sounds like I'm tooting my guys' horn, but I really feel that they made the difference, and that was the winning of the World Cup, was that series. So well done Netball New Zealand, because they've actually done a fantastic job just getting us involved. So it's great.
You've done a very good job about praising everyone else, but congratulations you. Well done.
Thank you, Nick, and I might forgive you at some stage. I just can't tell you when that's actually going to be.
I understand fully. All right, so we'll go back on script now for you, because the job, as we've talked about, is to bring you this wonderful field of young athletes for the Vodafone Junior Sportsperson of the Year. And of course, Vodafone in behind this one, so let's take you to Vodafone in Invercargill, and here's Joe Sharp.
Thanks, guys, and hi to everyone watching today. Although in a slightly different format this year, we are very honoured to be presenting the award for the Vodafone Junior Sportsperson of the Year. We are very fortunate in Southland, and I think it is easy for us to take for granted not only our world-class sporting facilities, but the many people who support the development of our sporting youth. And I, for one, am very proud to be part of this community in the Deep South. If I had an audience, I would like everyone to give themselves a round of applause, as the Southland Sports Awards crowd is always a great representation of this community. Thanks also to the Sport Southland team for your creativity in making it possible to acknowledge our sporting elite once again, and for asking us to be involved for the 8th year. And now for the finalists.
First up for motorbike racing, it's Cormac Buchanan. At just 13, Cormac is the youngest ever winner of a national road racing championship, claiming the 150 Supersport crown. The only rider to go undefeated domestically, Cormac represented New Zealand at the Red Bull Rookies Cup in Spain and finished 8th overall in the Oceania Junior Cup Series in Australia. Going full throttle, Cormac Buchanan.
For mountain biking, Josh Burnett. Stepping up to the under-23 ranks proved no problem for Josh. The 19-year-old claimed the under-23 title and finished 2nd overall at the National Championships, was runner-up in the under-23 section at the Oceania level, and competed in 2 World Cup events in Europe. No mountains too high for Josh Burnett.
For athletics, Quinn Hartley. The youngest New Zealander to clear 7 metres in the long jump and 2 metres in the high jump, Quinn may be this country's most promising leaper. 3 New Zealand school titles and national under-18 and under-20 long jump titles have marked this 16-year-old as one to watch. Things are taking off for Quinn Hartley.
For golf, Liam Hewitt. It's been a while since Southland has produced a player as promising as this Invercargill Golf Club member. Liam became the first Southlander in 40 years to win the New Zealand age group title in September, claiming victory on the 2nd playoff hole at Cromwell. An ace competitor, Liam Hewitt.
For rowing, Shakira Murphin. One of the rising talents in New Zealand rowing, Shakira was part of the New Zealand women's quadruple sculls crew, which claimed the junior world title in Tokyo last August. The national women's senior single, under-18 single and under-18 double were all added to the CV. An awesome year for Shakira Murphin.
For track cycling, Emily Paterson. 3 national schools titles on the track and a confident step up to the elite ranks are impressive enough, but the highlight from 2019 for Emily has to be a silver medal with the New Zealand pursuit team at the UCI Junior World Championships in Germany. Hitting top gear, Emily Paterson.
Also for track cycling, Connor Shearing. Another to make a confident step up to the elite ranks in New Zealand track cycling, Connor was part of the New Zealand pursuit team, which finished 4th at the UCI Junior World Championships in Germany, and backed that up with a 5th place finish in the time trial. You can't hold back, Connor Shearing.
And for badminton, Ella Smith. In one of the world's most popular global games, Ella continues to fly the flag for Southland. A member of the New Zealand junior team at the BWF World Junior Championships in Russia, Ella is ranked inside the top 100 in the world across singles, doubles and mixed doubles. Serving up more success, Ella Smith.
Well, I can't think of a better list than that to make you feel great about Southland's sporting future. It's all there, folks. And I'm happy to announce that the winner of the 2020 Vodafone Junior Sportsperson of the Year is Shakira Murphin. And for the 2nd time this week, Shakira is over with Nick now.
Yeah, thanks Angie. Yes, Shakira Murphin alongside us. 2nd time this week. You were the Mike Piper Trophy winner earlier in the week, Shakira. Back now as the Vodafone Junior Sportsperson of the Year. We talked about that effort winning the World Junior Championship from last year as well. Take us back to that performance, I guess, and actually then all the way to the finish line to be a world champion.
Yeah, so I guess when we entered the World Champs, we were kind of like the underdogs. Our coach was pretty good because she was very much we just do our best and all that. So, yeah. But, the girls were amazing to row with, and we all clicked on the day, I guess. And, it was pretty insane. you didn't really sort of just rowing and then suddenly just hit you when you cross the line.
You talk about actually probably going in with not much expectation, but you guys were doing some pretty impressive stuff in the lead-in, weren't you, from memory? Time-wise, did you know you had a performance like that in you?
Yeah, so we had like prognostic testing leading up to it, but I guess they're quite hard to go off because you never really know.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we left, we were like pretty happy with how we were going. We thought we'd be like competitive, but I guess those other big crews are sort of quite intimidating, so you never really know. And
the hard part at a junior level too, I suppose. You don't really know who you're up against.
Yeah.
Did you know too much about the field?
Honestly, I didn't really know anything about them. Our coach was quite big on just sort of not getting too wound up about it. She didn't really want us like checking out the other crew, like numbers of times or anything. So I think it was quite good for us because we sort of focus on ourselves. So yeah.
How good is it? I mean, Southland's rowing fraternity, if you like. You know, there's a proud history there, obviously at the highest level too, and now you're part of that as well too, which is I know you'll find crazy to say, but you must. I guess what is it about down here? Do you think that actually churns out talent like yourself?
I know, especially for me, coming from Invercargill Rowing Club, like the coaches have been like amazing, like all my coaches, and probably especially my coach at the moment, Jack Allen, is very lucky to have him as a coach, and he's done quite a lot of coaching for like New Zealand teams as well, so he's got an insane amount of experience. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I guess the hard part is backing this thing up, right? You know, you win a World Junior Championship. Now what do you do, right? You know, and we're in this. We talked about it earlier in the week, but we're in this situation where it's a bit of a crazy environment. You know, so what's your sort of thoughts, or where do you want to head next?
So at the moment I'm looking at going to Waikato. So I guess just sort of hopefully maybe the 23s in a couple of years or something. But yeah, they're quite big jumps after this, so just see how it goes, I guess. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Shakira. It was one of the highlights, no question, of the year, and fantastic to see it recognised here at the ILT Southland Sports Awards. You're the Vodafone Junior Sportsperson of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shakira Murphin, back to you, Angee.
Cheers, Nick, and what a week it's been and a year it's been for you, Shakira. Well done. And that brings us to the end of tonight's show. That is lucky number 4 in the bag. But join us again tomorrow night. We have the Southland Times Sports Story of the Year, as voted by you, and the Supreme Award, the ILT Senior Sportsperson of the Year. It's going to be all go. Join us then on southlandtimes.co.nz. Until then, take care. Good night.